You know how in Into the Spider-Verse, Miles goes out of his way to make all the wrong choices on his test to look stupid? It feels like Hoyoverse is doing that, but instead of intentional self-sabotage, they might actually just be stupid. Quick disclaimer, I haven't touched Genshin in ages, so I haven't actually played Miliastra Wonderland for myself yet. I mean, I tried to re-download the game so I could be my own primary source, but the patch downloads are slow enough as they are when you're an active player. I was not about to wait hours for it to finish downloading months worth of missed content. Basically, everything I know about Miliastra is from other people's posts about it, so I'm open to corrections if I misremembered anything. Also, I'll be talking specifically about the character customization side of things. From what I've heard, the minigames aren't that bad, they're just boring and buggy at worst. Anyways, if you're somehow lucky enough to have avoided all these discussions with or without having played Genshin before, you might be thinking, what the f is Miliastra Wonderland? Well, in the simplest terms, it's a UGC or user-generated content game mode within Genshin where players can customize their own characters and create mini-games for others to play. If that sounds way out of left field, that's because it is. I mean, it sounds like a fun concept, but I knew from the start that there was no way, in the deepest depths of the abyss, that Hoyoverse would provide the options for me to make any of my Genshin OCs accurately, especially not my main one, Ramona. And a lot of my friends thought the same with theirs. And we were more right than expected because, oh my god, y'all wouldn't believe how much of Miliastra is locked behind a paywall. Like, okay, I'm sure we all kind of assumed this game mode was going to be monetized in some way. Hoyoverse wants your money, fork found in kitchen. But at least in the main game, there are multiple ways to earn Primo Gems and pull different characters, including limited 5 stars without spending a dime. But here, most of the cosmetic options can only be obtained with a currency that you have to buy. Even the simplest things like eye color, eye shape, and makeup. Yeah, there are some options for those on the free standard banner, but why do I have to either pay $5 or go gambling for basic facial customization that should have been part of the default catalog? Speaking of which, you'd think at the very least you'd have full access to the already extremely limited default clothes, but you don't even get that much. Once you choose your first set of clothes in the tutorial, that's all you own until you, again, either pay or gamble. And don't even get me started on the outfit sets. Like, okay, credit where credit is due, some of them are kinda cute. But again, unless you're willing to open your wallets, there's no way you're getting anything other than the standard banner 4 stars, which takes 70 pulls to guarantee, same as the limited 5-star outfits. And speaking of the 5 stars, Hoyoverse said it themselves that pulling them can take anywhere from $2 to 184! That's more than triple the cost of buying deluxe skin, are you kidding me? And that's not even counting the fact that you have to pull again if you want a different palette and or want the outfit for the other gender. Because, oh, you thought you could get both versions together? No. That's upwards of $300 just for a game cosmetic, which is even more insane when you convert it to other currencies. For example, $300 is equivalent to almost 437,000 naira. With that kind of money, you could just buy an actual cosplay or commission a custom mod. Or just go buy some groceries, dude, something that's actually important. Things are bad enough for people who didn't have pre-existing OCs in mind that they wanted to make, but you want to know how it is for those of us who did? My friend Leanne made a tweet asking people to compare their OCs to the closest they could get in the UGC, and the quote retweets were honestly kind of miserable because you see all these amazing OCs and Sonas with designs that could have worked, and then you look at their UGC counterparts and you can barely tear them apart. Even the simplest traits such as ginger hair, a natural hair color, couldn't be recreated because the only default hair color options are black, brown, and piss blonde. Some customizer this is. Obviously, no one's expecting Hoyoverse to make hyper-specific clothing options for every Genshin OC ever, but it's genuinely ridiculous how your only options are either bland default clothes or outfits that you have to gamble to get. Even the people who don't care for Miliastra at all are being affected because word on the street is that it's making the actual game super laggy. At that point, why not just make it a separate game? Or put character customizing in that Nexus Anima game they're releasing soon if they don't already plan to. It'd be a better fit there. And I know some people love to use the excuse that it's just an open beta right now, so we should stop complaining. But that just makes things even worse in my eyes. Sure, it can explain why the mini games are buggy. I'm sure those can improve over time. But how does that excuse the extreme paywalling of the other half of the game's supposed appeal? I'm no game developer, but I personally think it's crazy to tell your fanbase, hey, here's an imperfect product where the main features are either buggy at best or straight up predatory at worst. Give us hundreds of dollars. Between this UGC fiasco and the $300 bow skin in HSR, it almost feels as if Hoyoverse is desperate. Like, you think the company is going bankrupt the way they're trying to get players to spend absurd amounts of money on cosmetics that are nowhere near worth it. But honestly, it's more likely that they're just getting bolder than ever. They know they can get away with anything because no matter how ridiculous their decisions are, there will always be whales who will buy the expensive cosmetics like it's nothing. And there will always be the bootlickers who will argue with anyone who criticizes Hoyoverse like they're being paid to do so. It's all just so stupid. There's a lot of other stuff I didn't touch on, but for the sake of my time and yours, I'm just gonna wrap it up here. If Hoyoverse really does listen to player feedback and ease up on the paywalling, then okay, cool, but knowing them, they'll probably improve it in a way that comes with a bunch of new problems. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyways, thank you for watching this rants video till the end. As always, likes, comments, and subscriptions are highly appreciated, and all my social media links are in the description. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!